Hi everyone, and welcome back. This video will show you plein air supplies for painting with watercolors. I show you supplies from the bare minimum to a small setup and on to a full expensive setup. I assume you will also bring a camera or cell phone, a jacket, hat, bug spray, sunscreen, and of course a lunch or at least a snack. So what do you bring when you want to go plein air painting? Well, you can spend $1,000 in equipment or just bring a very simple setup. The bare minimum is just a sketchbook and a pencil case. This particular book can be used for watercolors, pen and ink, or just pencil sketching. My pencil case has a pen. That's a India ink pen, pencils, eraser. I also like to bring a mechanical pencil because you can get a fine line and your pencil is always sharp. Of course, you can't turn it on its side to get the wonderful shading that you can get with a wooden pencil. That's the most simple setup that you can have. You can also get a smaller sketchbook that fits well into your pocket or purse and bring a pencil. That's really the bare minimum that's required. This is a fanny pack that I use when I go cross-country skiing. So let's see what's inside it. Oh, there's some lip chap, some matches, another lip chap, usually my water bottle fits in here, and in here I have a small first aid kit with a whistle, and it's got a compass in there too, just in case I get lost. Usually I don't ski by myself, but I used to in my younger days just with my dog. And in this part, this is just, this fits on your ski poles and makes a chair, but I usually use it to plunk myself in the snow. And if I want to sketch, I have a tiny little sketchbook, this size. I have a bigger sketchbook. It fits in there also, this size. This is a watercolor book, but you could do drawings in it as well. And I have this tiny little paint box. There we go. This has got a lot of colors in it. It's got a place for my paintbrush. You could do 2 paintbrushes in it, and a little palette. The other thing I bring is some water. This is just a medicine bottle with some water in it to use for painting and cleaning my brush. And that's all you need. I have a mechanical pencil in here as well, so I can draw before I paint. I always like to do that. And an extra pair of gloves. Now if I'm going out in the summer and I want to do a little more watercolor, I take this. This fits on my pant around my waist as well, but it's bigger. And I can just bring everything I need, and I can also bring another watercolor sketchbook, another watercolor palette, paint. Oh, painting surface. Sometimes I put a piece of watercolor paper pre-stretched and taped to a board and bring it along with me. This is a really nice set. It came from Northlight Books years ago. I don't know if they still have them. And I have all my paintbrushes, a mechanical pencil, and ink if I want to do watercolor with ink drawings. In this pocket, I have some water. Another thing I forgot to say is sometimes the water freezes in my fanny pack when I'm cross-country skiing. I have a friend that always brings some gin to add to his water and his coffee too. The nice thing, this is a lovely case by Winsor & Newton. I had lost this part for a while, so it looks very clean compared to the rest of it. The nicest thing about this is you can get a bigger palette. So this bottom pulls out and makes a bigger palette. This fits here, no, not there, here, and makes a water dish. So this is, and you can get refills for these. And you can put whatever colors your favorite colors are. And here is a small Bristol board, and this is very nice for pen and ink. It's very smooth. And on this side, for some reason I have another bunch of watercolors, just because I have them, I guess. So this in here, this is just a small bottle of masking fluid. This is another palette of paint. And this one is Daler-Rowney. So they come from Walmart usually. This shows you what colors I have, and that's all the colors. And the lid can be used as a palette. This is especially nice. It's a small watercolor block. So this watercolor block is really high quality Fabriano watercolor paper. And when you've done the painting, you can detach it. It's glued down, so you can't move it until you find the place where you can open it. Here it is. And I'm going to use my thumbnail for this one, I think. So I'm using my thumbnail to go through the glue and lift the paper off the pad. There we are, and then I have a fresh sheet of paper. While you're working, it doesn't do any damage to the sheet below. You just remove it, and you're ready to start again with a fresh piece of paper. It's just beautiful. It doesn't have to be stretched. Winsor & Newton puts them out. A few companies do. This is another watercolor pad, just loose watercolor paper, not quite as nice. And paper itself is quite light. It's 90 pounds. But it's fine for working out here, working in plein air, and I have an eraser in there as well. So that's my small watercolor pack. I also bring a lightweight folding stool. This one came from the dollar store. I usually prefer to hold my painting on my lap, but for longer painting sessions I bring my Sun Eden easel and a tripod. It is a simple lightweight setup that fits in the bag with my tripod. It fits on the tripod, and the top and bottom supports adjust to fit the size of your painting. This is the structure folded up. Here is a canvas set up on the easel. The easel can be set at any angle for watercolor painting. You can use it standing up or sitting down. I use it often for my acrylic paintings as well. It comes with a shelf or pallet that attaches to the tripod. This is a photo of me using the Sun Eden easel for acrylics. I was painting in Algonquin Park in the spring. Notice I'm wearing gloves. It was so cold, it snowed that morning. The umbrella in the photo is described in more detail in my acrylic plein air supply video. This umbrella is called the Bestbrella. So you see that you can go out with a minimum amount of supplies or a whole plein air kit. There is really no excuse to get outside and paint. So let's see you go out there. Happy painting. Thank you for watching.